Hi, I'm Katrina Cuenca. I'm part of the special exhibitions for MoCAF 2024. Well, I think the Philippine art scene is thriving. There is definitely no lack for local talent. I think that's one of the gifts of the Philippines, that we're full of very talented people. We're known worldwide for being able to sing and to sing well, to make music. And creativity, I think, is in our blood. So that's definitely going to shine through in the industry, and that's absolutely the core of it. That's gonna run through the veins of the industry, and I think it's always going to be thriving, so it's an exciting time for that. Yeah, because I think people are becoming more experimental, where I think a lot of the artists are finding their own voice, which is very important. Because for me, art is, it dictates, well, not dictates, but it tells a story of the culture. It's like the zeitgeist of our generation. So it's exciting to see that always, because there's a lot of important events happening. We've gone through so much, with the pandemic and everything, and with the Philippines being in a stage wherein we're finding our identity, that we're being proud of being Filipino. So I think that's shining through when it comes to the art, that's the output of the artists. So that's what excites me the most, that it's defining our culture, it's defining our identity as a Filipino people. Because, maybe 50 years from now, when we look back and try to figure out, what was the Philippines like? What was the culture like during this time? They're always gonna look back at the art, and I'm excited about what that's gonna say. I think that was a very long process. Just like any artist out there, I think I did go through a time wherein there was a lot of self-discovery when it comes to what I wanted to paint. Right? And it took a while for me to figure out, this is what I want to say, and this is what I want to bring out. And it's like going through those awkward stages being an artist, right? Wherein you look at what's out there and you think, I can do that too. So there's a transition from when you're painting something and when you're creating something and it being, look what I can do, to this is what I have to say, and this is what I want to show, and this is what I want, this is what I feel, and this is what I want to express. So it's always a process, and I think it's different for everybody, but it took a lot of personal experiences, it took a lot of self-discovery, a lot of reflection to be able to get there. But when I did, I figured out like the core beliefs of my process and how I should approach my work. That's always been my guidelines and the foundation of what I do. Yeah, absolutely. That was something I had to learn the hard way, because when you're painting, you're painting a canvas, which is a two-dimensional thing, and you're working from one angle. And when I first tried out sculpture, which is something that I always wanted to experiment with, I didn't realize it's something that has to look good 360 degrees. Actually, that sculpture over there, if you guys could see it, is something that I made, one of the first sculptures that I made, and it looks very similar to my paintings. But when you look at it from the back, it's like, whoa, what happened? That's something that I had to learn. That's something that I had to get used to and figure out. But it's always the learning process that's very fun for me and very interesting. Yeah, I always want them, for all of the people who view my work, I want them to get a sense of peace and tranquility and just a calm. My figures are always, they're based on movement and flow, and the colors are playful. Some are playful depending on my mood, because the colors that I choose for my paintings are not planned out, so that really depends on how I feel for the day. But yeah, it's always, the gold is, I don't know, I think when I was a kid, I read or I watched something on the Discovery Channel that gold is a happy color, and it gives people a sense of like, oh, they're lucky, or that they're happy, or they're lucky, they're getting good luck. And that's something that I always intend to give whoever I could give it to. You can call it superstitious, but it's something that of course you want to share, right? When you sink to the bottom of a pool and you just go, the slow movement, and the current slowly moving about, that's the sense of peace that I want people to feel when they view my work. I've been experimenting with new figures. Previously, I did a lot of stuff that was maybe a little floral, abstracted florals. Now it's more like fabrics that are moving in the wind, or if they're underwater, how the fabrics would move, but in my style still. So I like experimenting with my figures. I like experimenting with different mediums. Well, lately, because we're building our family home, I've been exposed to all of this furniture, and we've been collecting, this pieces from these designers, and I decided to paint on a bunch of them. So I'd like to show that in MoCAF as well, and it's exciting. That's the stuff that excites me. So merging the experiences that I'm going through, and then kind of translating them into the art that I make. It's like a story of what I'm going through, and I'm just sharing like, oh, this is stuff I like, this is the stuff I appreciate, and I'm translating it into the work. Like the Iro Arnio puppy, I painted them in my signature sculpture colors. So I'm really excited to show those. Yay! Thank you! Yay! Sorry, not the most